What is up, guys? This is Lintheo coming at you with a updated version of my Utopia deck after the NECH challenges. Now, this deck has got a fair bit of support in the new set, even if it is indirect or whatever you may wish to call it, but it is still really fun. So I'll go straight into it. This is just one of the non-competitive decks that I like to play with. It's just a bit of fun, that's all it is, so I hope you do enjoy it. So to start it off, we have the two main equips that I use. So I use two of each, the ratio 2 and 2, because I feel it's the best one. If you don't know what they do, ZW, Lightning Blade, basically you equip to one Utopia monster, so as long as it's got Utopia in the name, that is all good. The monster gains 1200 attack, and ZW cards on your side of the field face up can't be destroyed by card effects, and if the monster that would be destroyed, you can just send this to the grave and keep it alive instead. And Tornado Bringer is very similar, but it gives the monster 1300 attack, and also it means that ZW cards face up on your side of the field, including the monsters equipped to this, cannot be targeted by card effects. So these two form a very, very, very nasty lock, and it's not difficult to actually pull off, if I'm completely honest, but that's why we run them. I don't run any of the others because I feel that, although they are good, I can't remember which one it is. There's another one that gives it basically Zora Priest effect. It can attack everything. But it's pretty inconsistent having multiple ones in, so that's why I don't play more. So going into the rank 4 engine, it's kind of spam as much as possible. We have 3 Star Drawing. Star Drawing is one of your main ones because it just keeps you up on the advantage side. You XZ with this, then you draw a card. So it's really, really nice. Then we have 3 Tinplate Goldfish. Goldfish is needed because, as I said, you'll see some of the other cards that I use, but it's useful for Star Drawing because you can just summon and then instantly XZ into your Utopia or whatever you want, but mainly Utopia in this deck. 3 Goblinberg, it's the exact same reasoning as Tinplate Goldfish. You just want to get them out as quickly as possible and be able to summon quick. 2 Sacred Crane. I think it's 8 ways of special summoning monsters, either from the hand or the deck in this deck. So Sacred Crane's really good just for those generic draws. It also means that you can get to some of the combo pieces before you summon the Utopia, and you will see what I mean in a second. So play 2, 3 I found a little bit cloggy, so that's what I've got there. And Summoner Monk at 2, obviously the maximum amount you can play. Summoner Monk's great, I play a lot of spells, so it just goes hand in hand really. Going on to the spells and one of the brand new cards that came out, XYZ Change Tactics. Now, a little story behind this card. I completely missed this card was even coming out. Before I went to the big box, case opening, 4 case opening, that is also up on my channel, I was looking through some of the cards to see what actual money cards there were in the set and noticed XYZ Change Tactics. I was like, huh, I know that card. Surely it can't be that, and it is. Basically, this card helps Utopia deck really, really, really well. Its effect is, it's a continuous spell card. When a Utopia monster is XYZ summoned on your side of the field, you can pay 500 life points, draw 1 card, but you can only control one of them. Basically, you go into Utopia, pay 500 life points, draw 1 card, go into overlay into C39, draw 1 card. Like, it's just so good. And if only we had the Utopia that's a bit weird, you can just throw it on like C. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's one of the mid ones that Utopia have. Anyway, the reason for this is you just spam and you keep drawing, and it's not once per turn, so you can just effect. Really, really good card, really well, and it is searchable, which I'll show you in a sec. We have 2 rank up Limited Barriers Force. I play this one just because I prefer this. It helps me go into the Utopias and also helps me bring out Utopic Dragon, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. Generation Force. Generation Force searches XYZ, that's not XYZ, XYZ Change Tactics because it has XYZ in the name. I play 6 XYZ cards in total, but 2 because the condition is I have to have an XYZ monster on the field. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a downside, but it's actually pretty good considering we can spam out XYZs fairly quickly. Toothpin Chalice, great card this format in my opinion. I don't really care about my opponent having a little bit extra attack because more often than not, Utopia's going to be bigger than them, and also, even if I just have a single Utopia and it's higher than me, I can just use Utopia's effect to stop the attack. I know, right? 2014 and people using Exodia? People using Utopia's effect, really. Forbidden Lance, we want Utopia to stay on the field as long as possible, so that's why. Do realise that if you do use Forbidden Lance with the equips, obviously you lose all the attack and such. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, stop any like Floodgate cards or anything annoying. And 2 Instant Fusion, because it just helps with the consistency of going into rank 4s or 5s. So that's it for the spells. And finally for the traps, play 3 Trapstun. Trapstun's great cards currently, and it just means we get to stop my opponent doing anything and keep my defense up. 2 Breakthrough Skill, because Breakthrough Skill is a really good card currently, and we want a little bit more of a monster effect negation. 2 XYZ Block. Now you might not know what this does, but first thing is, it's searchable off Generation Force. It's a counter trap. The effect reads as follows: when your opponent activates a monster effect, detach 1 XYZ material from a monster you control and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. So you're just basically negating the effect and destroying it. Upside of this, obviously you might think detaching XYZ material is quite costly, but don't forget we run Utopia and we don't particularly need to use Utopia's effect all that much, so XYZ Block is pretty good in this deck. It's really nice, especially considering it's searchable, so you really put your opponent under a bit of pressure if you do have those cards and everything aligned. And the final one is as XYZ Veil. Now you can play XYZ Reborn in here as well because it can be searchable, but the reason I play XYZ Veil is just for general kind of protection. The effect is face up XYZ monsters with XYZ materials can be targeted by card effects. Now you might think, well, Tornado Bringer does that for you. It does, but sometimes you don't have Tornado Bringer all the time. So XYZ Veil just kind of helps you a little bit and just keeps it there. So going on to the extra deck, we have 2 Utopic Dragon. I really wish this was called Utopia Dragon, because then I could use these bad boys, but alas, Konami decided not to make it. So, the monster is pretty boss. It's level 10 light dragon, 4,000 attack, 2,000 defense, and the effect reads as follows. You can also XYZ summon this card by discarding 1 rank up magic spell card and using a Utopia monster you control as an XYZ material. Obviously the usual malarkey of it being XYZ materials. Once per turn you can target 1 number monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but its effects are negated. During either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets this face up card, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. So a little bit of mouthful there, but Utopic Dragon is awesome. At very worst, it's an absolute ridiculous beta that is not actually that difficult to summon, and this deck is pretty geared towards summoning it. So Utopic Dragon is very, very interesting. It's a nice card. Being able to summon other summon other number monsters, I do apologize. If there's one in your grave, for example, you can summon it out again, leave it there. It's just nice. And there are other cards you can also summon it with. Mainly, obviously, Utopia is nice, but there are other ones, as I said, in there that you will see soon that you can actually summon. So, Utopic Dragon, really nice card, really nice addition. Glad it finally came out, and it's great, but it doesn't overshadow the best in the extra deck. 3 Utopias. Obviously, now this is what we've all come to see. Utopia is, you have to run it at 3 in this deck. I'm sorry, but a lot of people laugh at Utopia and say that it's a rubbish card. Not when it's backed up with all of its friends. So that's basically why you play 3. Don't know why I'm going into like some kind of weird tales here, but it's happening. 1 ZW Leo Arms. I can go into level 5s with the Insta-Fusion and also Star Drawing, so that's why it's here. Searches out your ZW cards, and also you can attach it to Utopia, give it an extra 3k, attack, so on and so forth. 2 Partners in Crime for the rank up card. We have Victory and we also have Ray. These cards are great. You normally want to go into Victory just because it's, in my opinion, better, but it also depends what is on the field. And yeah, it's just great. So those 2 are really, really good. Really enjoy playing them. Number C101, Silent on a Dark. This is because I also run 101, and it's just a really great card in general. If you can get it out, it's pretty brutal. It can be revived with Utopic Dragon as well. Then we have the 2 Utopic Rays, simply because with XYZ Change Tactics on the field, you can overlay into Utopia, pay 500 life points, draw a card, then automatically go up and draw another card. And, you know, it's not exactly like you're doing any harm. So, yeah, play 2 of these. You can play 3 if you really want, but the extra deck is actually pretty tight, so that's why I only run 2. One, Evil Swarm Extra Knight, because, you know, it's a rank 4 deck and you can't go without playing that, or this, Silent on Arc. Just makes sense. Really great cards. Finally, the 2 Instant Fusion targets. We have Carbonell Warrior and Kami Ari Attack even. As I said, rank 4, rank 5, or level 4, level 5, sorry. No real reason behind all these, but this is a warrior, so if you want to put in specific warrior cards like, you know, Blade Master, Blade Armor, and also Excalibur, they are there for that reason. So that is it, basically, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile of my Utopia.deck. It is updated. I don't know how many more updates are going to happen with this. I will do different ways to summon out the Utopia.deck. Maybe Constellas or maybe Evil Swarms. I don't know. Just general rank 4 spam decks, because it might be quite fun to put a bit of a spin on it. Even Satella Knights. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later.